friends, so before we get into the video, I do want to mention today's video is a sponsorship from Levoit. They reached out to me, asked if I'd like to try out their product, and I was actually looking for a new vacuum at this moment, and so I figured might as well. So I got it, and we've been using it for, I would say, almost 2 weeks. I can't remember exact dates. You would have seen it on the cleaning channel at least twice. So it's been a little while that we've been using it, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. It has different settings. You can set it like super high suction or auto, which is typically what I leave it on. Y'all know that we have a lot of dogs, so we have a lot of dog hair. And I have zero complaints with it. I like the way that it swivels. This has much more movement in the head than a lot of these little stick vacuums, and it just picks up amazingly. It lasts a long time. I think I charge it and it lasts 4 to 5 vacuums for me, and that's just, you know, vacuuming the main living area downstairs. So it works wonderful. Its suction is phenomenal. I really like the auto setting. That's usually where I keep it at. It works really well. It does a really good job at sensing what it needs anyways. But our stairs, you can see how they're made, so we get a lot of dirt buildup here, and typically I have to use the leaf blower to get in between the stairs. You'll see me stick the right there. Typically I have to use the leaf blower and blow that out because I cannot reach it, but this attachment extends and I can reach down there. It is perfect. I really like how big the compartment is that holds dust. I only have to empty it usually once, but if I go like 3 or 4 days without vacuuming, then I'll have to empty it sometimes twice. Dogs shed, people leave messes, all of that. So thank you, Levoit, for sponsoring this video. As per usual with sponsorship videos, I will have all the information links down below in the description box.
Going through the motions, I'm dreaming of the ocean as I swim above a riverbed. Life is so fraudulent. Towel off my guilt as I shuffle through the silt. Draw a line in the sand, wonder where I should stand. I don't wanna be the one who's loose with all the bad news. It's not mine to tell. I'm not a vessel, I'm a shell, full of dark matter with just a smattering of a warm glow. It's the only thing I'll let show. Do I sit by myself, ask the quiet for help? Do I lie on a couch, let someone figure me out?
We're so glad to be able to be outside again. Yeah. Feeling like it's spring out there, but we know it ain't. Some food. Do you want food? What about you, pretty girl? You want some food? I don't have none. Come on, let's get some food. What are you doing this morning? Mama needs to clean your cage, don't she? You're looking beautiful, though. Yeah. Rabbits are like legit the softest animals ever. I've got a pillow on my hand, but they're amazing. Aren't you, pretty girl? Mama needs to clean your cage. She started it yesterday. Wendy started it yesterday, and then Jonathan and Kim came over, so she didn't finish it. Right? Friends. Oh, I didn't put that up. Anyways, I just figured we would do a normal vlog today. It's been a while since I've done an actual vlog, and there's reasons for that, but thought we would sit down because everybody else is doing it, and maybe I need to do it to help with accountability and whatnot. So I thought we would sit down and just kind of go through my goals for the new year. I'm breathless because I've been doing chores. And I decided to put my banana tree outside to get some sun because it's supposed to be like 65 degrees today. Crazy. But I'm gonna make myself a smoothie, sit down, get a little bit done, and then I figured we would have a little chat about the year to come. So. What?
It's like red.
Oh. I made myself.
You know, the Chinese color of your walls.
Yeah, and the floor. Somebody gave me flooring the other day. I made these a questionable amount of time ago, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'm sure it's fine. Hopefully. In the winter? I was wondering about that. I guess it's just they gotta have that part of the game, right? I have to blend this in. Should I use water or milk? Vanilla protein shake. Right answer, Lily. I didn't have vanilla, but we'll put this in there because these really don't have much flavor anyways. I figure adding the protein will be a good help. It smells terrible. I'm gonna drink it anyway. I think this was my last one of these.
I sat there with you.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
My house is
Oh.
so good.
Almost too much.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
There's a random bird
Tastes very green.
on the
Ew.
What the heck? The mommy.
It tastes like a leaf, but I'm gonna drink it and make a mess. So, this is the little journal thing that I got from Shasta. And inside of it, ignore my ugly handwriting, but inside of it, I just decided to use this as like my meal plan journal, I guess, for the year, forever. I don't know. But on the first page, I just wrote down some meals that we really liked and like our go-to kind of things. And then on this page, I'm not sharing it yet, but it is a special thing that I'm going to be sharing soon. It is a video idea. So I got that written down, and I think that's all I've got in here. Maybe. Yeah. But I got that written down in here. This is just going to be where I share meals and food ideas and stuff with myself, because that way when I'm like, I don't know what I want to plan for the week or whatever, I can look back on this and have, I don't know, I guess ideas, inspiration, whatever. So I'm going to get this finished, and then I guess we'll see where the light is okay. The last time that I filmed in the cinematic mode or whatever on iPhone, I was not a fan of the colors, but it was too late and I had to stick with it. I started this video on my phone. I think there might be part of it because it's a collab that wasn't on my phone. But started it on my phone. We're going to finish it on my phone. However, I got my second cup of coffee. Don't judge. Oh, you can if you want to. Whatever. Mind your business. We don't judge over here. So, second cup of coffee. That's hot. But we're going to cut myself off. Need to move my table, I guess. We're going to go over some of my goals for the new year. Now, last year, I'm pretty sure I didn't even cover any like goals that I had. I think I meant to and just never did. However, I decided that I needed to do it this year simply because I think it will help maybe hold me more accountable to stuff. And I know that I have friends on here that will be doing similar things. So I thought maybe we could do it together if that's your thing. But, oh, I got an important one I got to write down. I wrote down the main ones. Obviously, this isn't going to be all of them. But it's the important ones. Like the rest of them, like I have a goal to read. I don't know how many books. Last year, I set a goal for 25. I'm not even sure how many I ended up reading this year. I need to look back. I haven't been keeping up with it myself. I've been tracking all of them and I've been tracking all of them in the Goodreads app. So I had to move my chair like totally opposite of the way it actually sits in here because the light was terrible. And then now I can see out the window in case somebody comes. Not that anybody would be coming. Jonathan and Kim are supposed to come back over here today, but we can track each other on the app. So I'll know when he's headed this way. So my 4 main goals for the year, the first one, and obviously the most important, and it will help all the other ones fall into place as well, is, well, first let's backtrack. I always pick a word of the year. I've done it for the last 3 or 4 years, I think. No, hold on, give me a minute. 20, 21, 22, 23. Yes. Because this is my 4th year having a word of the year. My first year was courageous. That was one of the pushes that I had to come on to YouTube and just finally be courageous and, you know, just throw it in there. However, that year I done really well with my word. I think the second year my word was bloom, and I done pretty good with that as far as like blooming into, you know, a better version of myself that I wanted to be. In some ways, there were some ways that I wanted to use that word and I didn't, but I done really good. I done pretty good the second year with it. The third year, last year, my word was renew. I'm not sure that I took that word how I was supposed to take it. But this year, my word, I hadn't thought much about it. Like I actually hadn't thought nothing about it. And I was talking, my friend Heather, blessed Mama Hen here on YouTube. We talk almost daily. We're not right now because she's on a social media break. But she asked me if I'd thought of my word for the year, if I'd done it or whatever. And I hadn't thought nothing about it this year. So I started thinking about it. And then one day, we're sitting at a red light and it just came into my head like a whisper into my head, the word follow. And I like seen it in all capital letters. And I instantly knew that that was my word of the year because I have biggish goals. I always have them. I don't always, you know, complete them, but I have biggish goals for this year. And, you know, following God is the way that I know that I'll be able to accomplish things. So as soon as I heard and seen, because I like big letters, actually seen it in my head, that word follow, I knew that it was my word of the year. So I'm going to make me a bracelet, let's call it. That way I've just got always a reminder of my word, and I'm going to wear it all year long, most of the year, as much as I can. My number 1 goal for the year, because everything else will fall into place with that one. I mean, obviously I still have to put in the work. That's the thing for me. Like I will say that I'm following God, and then I'll get an instruction, and then I start questioning everything, or thinking I'm not strong enough or the right person, or I don't have the right equipment to do it or something. So that is a big one that I'm trying to do is, you know, if I'm told to do something, doing it, putting in the work, because God doesn't just hand you things. Sometimes he does, but typically he will show you something and you have to work your way to get there. My problem is I don't necessarily work my way to get there. I will careen off or think that my way will get me there, and then I'm back. I'm actually past square one, like I'm in the negative because of that. So that is number 1, is follow God, strengthen that relationship. I also tend to have an issue of if life is good and life is great, I don't necessarily go to God in prayer like I should. And I know that it's a problem, but we're just being vulnerable here. A lot of people, well, I've heard, I don't know, but go to God when things are good, but when things get bad, then they want to lean on their own understanding and try to fix stuff themselves. I am the opposite. When life is good, I kind of put God on a back burner. Yeah, it says Jonathan left his house. So I kind of put God on a back burner, and I hate to say that, but I'm going to be truthful here. And when life is good and great, I put God on a back burner. But when life is bad and scary and sad and all of the negative things, that's when I bring him up, and I'm like, okay, I need you. What am I supposed to do? So I'm trying to round that out to where I do it, you know, fully always focus on God and follow God through the bad, and most importantly for me, it seems, through the good. So that is number 1. It's gonna be a long video because I don't know how to shut up on here. The last 3 aren't really in any specific order. I just wrote them down because it's the last 3 main ones. The first one obviously is the most important in my life. As a Christian and a believer, and a homemaker, that I want my home to be Christ-centered. I don't want to be the person that has to tell you that I'm a Christian. I don't want to be the person that has to wear the shirt that says I am a whosoever, even though I have one. I just want people to be able to read me in life and know that I'm a child of God and that I have something inside of me that is special. And if it come about and they spoke about it, or, you know, it come up, they would know that that specialness it came from God. But why did I get on that tangent? Nobody knows. It's over. Okay. But anyways, number 1 is follow God. And then these last 3, like I said, not in any specific order, but here they go. The first one is one that I have every single year since forever. I don't remember. Obviously, as a teenager, it was never a thing for me. Even after I had Jonathan at 14, I never thought nothing about being fat. Never really thought nothing about losing weight until, well, I guess here we go. I'm giving you the actual real year. Lily's birthday, the year that I had Nolan, me and my sister-in-law took pictures together. We always celebrated our kids' birthdays together because her daughter is a year and 3 days older than Lily. So we done big extravagant parties. That day, I think she had started dieting maybe a few days before that, or that same day. I don't remember. But we took pictures together, and I absolutely hated the way I looked. I was also 3 months postpartum, but I felt huge and just terrible. I hated the person that I was looking at in that picture. So from then on, I decided, ever since then, almost 10.5 years ago, it has been a struggle for me, but it's always been a goal to lose weight. In 2012-13, I lost like 48 pounds. Life happened. Toni went through a very dark time in her life, and I completely turned, like, not 360s, that turns me back around, a 180 to worrying about stuff like that. I hated the person I was, so I didn't care how I looked. I didn't care if I was, you know, fat. Sorry if that's a trigger word, but the truth is the truth. I didn't care if I was fat, or at some points I didn't even care if I lived or not. So all that went out the window, and definitely within 2 years, I gained a lot. We ain't gonna math, okay? But I gained a lot. The first year of doing YouTube, I was like, okay, we're gonna lose weight this year. You know, at the end of that, because YouTube, it just made me a cooker. It made me bake and cook and just share all that more. And so, of course, I was eating it more, and I'm not blaming you. Okay, I'm blaming myself. But at the end of 2020, I was like, oh, we're gonna lose some weight this year. I actually think that I might have gained a little bit. I could probably look back, but I think I gained a little bit. So last year, at the very beginning, at January, I was like, you're definitely going to lose some weight this year. You're the biggest you've ever been, and you're going to lose some weight. I'm going into 2023, like 3 pounds less than I was. You know, big one for me. Now, I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. I know that makes some people uncomfortable. I'm not saying because I want to lose weight, you need to, or you need to worry about that stuff. But I also don't want to make people really uncomfortable with that and like oversharing that on here. So I have made like a TikTok and an Instagram sharing all of that stuff because I want to be able to look back on it and myself and maybe be held accountable, and maybe, you know, help other people. So I have made a TikTok and Instagram of that. I thought about moving that all over here as well onto a different channel, just using the same screen name that I use on the other ones. Haven't fully decided if I'm going to do that. I might. We'll see. Because like I said, I don't want to share that here and make people uncomfortable or feel like they have to see stuff that they don't want to see. So one of my goals this year is I really, really want to lose 60 pounds and get to my happy weight, which is not the lowest I've ever been. But even at my lowest, I was not happy. I remember being out one day with my sister and my best friend, and I had took something to the vehicle and was walking back toward them, and they was just talking about how pretty I looked, and they actually made me stop and took a picture of me. And I remember that day really well because they just talked about how pretty I looked and how skinny, because that's what we want to hear, at least some of us. But I didn't feel any of those things. And even I remember complaining all the time about not liking my body and just not being happy with myself. So I'm not trying to find happy in a number. That's something that I'm going to work on with me and God. But I do have a goal because I want a healthy weight. I want to be able to live as long as possible. Now I know there's people that's skinny and in the best shape of their life and they have heart attacks or they get cancer, or, you know, you can't control everything. But I want to be able to control what I can control. And so I want to be able to live a long, healthy life. My kids are, you know, growing up. They're 19 to 10, but I just want to be the grandma, because we're past the toddler stage of my own kids, but I want to be the grandma that can get out and chase her grandkids and just, you know, not be a sideline grandparent. I wasn't a sideline parent, and at this weight, I think I would be just fine with, like, you know, following around a toddler and stuff, because I do that stuff. I work out and all that. But I just want to be the best me that I can be for my family. And that is my why. I know a lot of people say your why has to be you, not somebody else. If I was doing it for myself, I wouldn't get nowhere, because myself is not a big enough motivator for me to push through and do things. However, my family, my husband, my kids, my future grandkids, that is enough for me to say enough is enough. You need to get it together. So we're getting it together this year. I would love to be at least down 30 pounds by my birthday, which is June. Not because I have anything planned, just because if I got down 30 pounds by June and then got down another 30 pounds by December, I would be finished. I would be at the weight that I want to, and I feel like that's a pretty decent timeline for all of that. So anyways, weight loss. And then the next one, I am so thirsty, and I think it's just because I'm sitting here talking. I've been talking for 18 minutes. I don't talk this much in person unless I really know you, and then I'm an idiot. I'm like a complete nut. Maybe I am on here. I don't know. I need to wrap it up, though, because if Jonathan comes straight here, it only takes him 25 minutes. And it's been 9 minutes. So the next one is budget better and save money. I know people don't want to hear it, okay? But times are scary and you just don't know what's going to happen. There's all these like things going around about stuff going up even higher. And have you seen the price of eggs? Yeah? Okay. So we're good. But the, you know, prices of foods going up higher, and just, you never know when somebody's going to lose their job. No reason to spend just like abundance of money, in my opinion, on things and food. We spend a lot of money on food, and I've noticed that we have been wasting, or we waste a lot of food. Like, I'll buy stuff just to try it, and then we don't like it and it just goes to waste. So I'm not going to give that up completely, because that's just one of the joys of my life. And I also am a firm believer in, you got to have some things that make you happy. You can't just, you know, I don't believe in, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, not living a life, you know? So I'm not going to fully give that up, and I still haven't budgeted and made a plan or anything. I did grocery plan earlier, and I'm trying to figure stuff out. But I want to budget more. I want to stop eating out at restaurants as much as we do. We typically eat out 2, sometimes 3 times a week, and that can be $40 to $60 a time, because we're fast food people. So I'm not giving that up completely, because I'm not taking that, because that's one of the fun things. I'm not taking away that joy and fun from myself, and especially from my kiddos, because they like eating out, and Mama does too. But we're going to pull back on that and just try to, I don't know, less impulse buys, more budgeting and meal planning, less restaurants, you know, all of that stuff. And maybe I told the kids we could save up and buy something fun. I don't know, go on vacation that we've been planning for 2 years and we still haven't went. I plan on sharing all of that here, just to help, again, keep me accountable and to share it in case anybody else needs it or wants it, because hopefully not, but it's a, you know, you never know. So, and who don't want to save money? I mean, you save money to spend more money, but who don't want to save money? All right, so I checked and seen where Jonathan was. I love being able to track him, not because I'm weird. I mean, I am, but if I where he lives, he has bad service. I mean, not like the best service. So if I text him and he don't text me back within a certain amount of time, which he's a teenager, and I'm even terrible at texting sometimes too. So if he hasn't texted me back or anything like that, mom brain just, it's not always your friend. So I like being able to get on there and seeing like, okay, he's here. He's been there since whatever, he is safe. So anyways, he's still a little while away. So we got time to go over our last goal, which is about my YouTube channel. So I've been talking about this a while, I think. My foot went to sleep. And I've had a couple of friends mention it, that I'll always be talking about changes coming to my channel. And I had a few of them like on the edge of their seats, or so to speak, because they wasn't sure what that meant. And the reason I didn't share that is because I didn't know what that meant. This year, 2022, I think I focused too much on the wrong things for my YouTube channel. Now, it might not be wrong for some people if you're actually coming into this for like a job. And I would love to make this a job, you know, to where I could be considering it a job and be proud of having the YouTube channel. And if I made a decent amount, an adequate amount of money on here, I wouldn't care, I guess, how stupid I looked to family. I think I still would. But, you know, in your head, you picture these little things of, okay, if I get here, I won't care. If I get here, I'll be fine. But I lost what I was saying. At the beginning of last year, I thought, okay, we're going to try to grow it. We're going to try to turn it into like a business and make more money. So I set big goals. I did not reach them. It was not for the lack of trying, but I set big goals for 2022. And I didn't reach them. I did already say that. However, it did put a strain on me in my relationship with my channel and with my creativity on here and all that. And I'm still not 100% sure where I'm going with this channel, but I have given up on the YouTube dream. I have given up on making this like a full-time work. I have decided that if it is meant to be, that God will find a way, and, you know, all that will work out for itself. And if this is not what I'm meant to do, I guess, not that I'm meant to do anything, I don't feel, because I thought about actually finding a job and doing some sort of online home work, because obviously this is my place, in my opinion. But I thought about doing that, and that's just not for me, I don't feel. Everything kept screaming at me that no, that's not what I was meant to do. I even like looked at places that was hiring and all of that stuff, saved some stuff and all that, but just something was screaming that that's not what I was meant to do. So with that being said, at like the end of the year, I guess, I don't know when it started, but I was like, let's just try to niche down this channel, post mostly cooking content. That was also driven by fear of family and other people watching and seeing the vlogs and judging me. Because as much as I know that a family loves me and, you know, all that, I just totally picture them sitting and watching me and judging me, or saying, you know, I don't know, critiquing every little thing. So that is a big problem for me. I do not like to be the spotlight of stuff. I know that doesn't make sense to you, but in real life, I don't like to be the spotlight of stuff. And I like to live a private life. Again, you're watching me on the internet where everybody has access to this. So you're like, that makes no sense. But it's different for me for like online friends or strangers to be watching me than, say, my sister-in-law or my mom or my sister, you know. So things like that, it is totally different for me. So I kind of pulled back from that because I don't like sharing my personal life with people I know personally. I guess you could say that. But I don't know. I feel like I'm letting down the people that are here because they like me, if that makes sense. And the people that I'm talking about, you'll know if you're one of those people. A lot of times this year, you was the only reason that I stayed here, because I just was like, I'm just giving up, because I'm putting all this work in, and it seemed like the more work I put into videos, the less people that watched them. And it's even went into that, I guess, after I started, you know, trying to niche down. The stuff that I put the least into, those done the best. And I don't understand it. Maybe it's just me not understanding the whole YouTube thing, and I really dove into it, watching and researching and stuff. And you see so much stuff saying you have to niche down, and then other stuff saying you don't have to niche down. And I decided that I'm just going to do whatever I want, to a point. I even thought about closing out the cleaning channel, but we're going to keep the cleaning channel, do that solely for cleaning stuff. We'll see how that goes, at least for the next 6 months. I want to say a year, but we try to be realistic around here. See how I feel about it come June, and then we'll see. Again, over there, I'm growing slow. I was growing super fast when I first done it, but then I just lost my drive. It's hard. But over here, I think we are still going to stick a lot to cooking, because that's what I like sharing. People like seeing that. But I'm also going to start implementing more of my life back into YouTube, showing the animals and just little pieces of my life again, because I do have friends here that want to see it. So no big changes really with YouTube. I'm still going to be here. We're just going to care less about the numbers. Like, I wish I could go in and hide them for myself, to be honest. But you can't do that, because you'll see your checks and all that stuff. But I don't know. I just want to care less about numbers and just be here more for my people, for my tribe, and just enjoy it for the most part. Come back to the reason I started the channel, which was a community, and I have that here. So I'm trying to not add on to what I want or need out of this. Even though last year I did, and it kind of ruined the YouTube year for me, because I was just always so focused on numbers. And I don't like that. I'm either an all or nothing person. So I really want to stay a nothing person. Like, I don't care if it grows. I don't want to be checking the numbers of my subscribers or how many views a video got in the last 2 hours or anything like that, because that's time consuming, and it also can really beat you down if you're a YouTuber. So no real changes with the YouTube, but I'm still going to be here, though. I worried people would think that I was meaning like I was leaving. I'm not sure how many days a week I will be posting. That's something I've been thinking about. My channel typically does better, even though I'm trying not to care about that. But my channel typically does better if I post at least 5 days a week. But y'all, that's a lot of work, okay? Fallon is a queen. She's over there posting every single day for years. And Vlogmas, I like create 2 to 3 videos a day some days. And I was still struggling. So I don't know how she does it. She's amazing. But anyways, I think that we're done. I think I got everything covered. If not, we'll share it again we'll share it when it comes up. What is that? Oh, it looks so dirty back here. Can you see that? That's because it kind of is. It's just some coats and some clutter. But I think we're going to go ahead and close out this video so I can start getting it edited, because it's going to be a long one unless I just leave all of it. I don't know what that meant. That didn't make no sense. It's fine. But my boy should be here pretty soon. So we're going to go ahead and close out this video. He's coming to work on his car and such, because I got him quite a bit of stuff for Christmas for his car, and it's still here because he don't have his license yet. But he can get his license in March. So he's close. He's halfway there. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoy sitting and talking with me. Maybe you got you a coffee and you enjoyed it. I don't know. But we're hoping for some changes, but also for some things to stay the same. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I've already said that 4 times now. We'll see you all next time. As always, remember to share grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye, friends.